and Happy New Year! I feel like this video is going to be kind of late, but that's fine. I'm going to be telling you guys my favorite books of 2018. Alright, so 2018, like my goal on Goodreads was to read 100 books, and I was like behind from once I started work in March. I was behind on this challenge until the end, and so I ended up cutting down my reading challenge to 80 books. I ended up reading 83 books in 2018, which isn't terrible, but I was kind of disappointed because I was like so ready to try and read 100 books, but that's like hard for me because I get busy a lot, and then also I've been really unfocused lately, and so that's really bad. But my goal for 2019 is to read a lot more books and to be on social media way less. So hopefully I can stick to that resolution. I feel like I've read a lot of disappointing books this year, but that's for another video that's going to be coming out soon. As for like good books, there were a lot that really struck me, and I did do a lot of rereading towards the end of the year, which, I mean, I love rereading books, which isn't a problem, but that also puts me way behind on like a TBR, so you know, it's fine. I also read a lot of really good books, so I'm going to be telling you guys which ones those are and why I really like them this year. Alright, let's just get right into it. Now pull up my Goodreads here because I have like a list of best books of 2018, and I'm mad because in half my ratings and like reviews, I'm like, we'll review later, still like can't, like I kept putting that I was gonna go back and review it, and then I never did. The only book I really like reviewed were some like the ones I didn't like. I feel like even then I didn't review as much as I usually do on Goodreads, and I'm so disappointed in myself because I just like I would like finish it and then I just feel like I'll just start it and then I'll go back and write the review, and I never did for a lot of them, so we'll see how this goes. The first books that I like adored this year, oh, that was like back in January before I moved and my life changed. I read Scythe and Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. Oh my goodness, these books are so good. I'm obviously not going to tell you what Thunderhead is about, but Scythe, really, really good. I gave both of these books 4 out of 5 stars. Well, I did enjoy them a lot. There were a couple things I didn't like about it. Scythe by Neil Shusterman is such a good book. It's a dystopian world where humans have finally beaten death. They no longer get sick, so, you know, anything like that, they've beaten death. They will live forever. These people called scythes, because they hold scythes, and they're kind of like Grim Reapers, basically. That's like they wear a cloak and they have the scythe in their hand. They're called scythes. They're given the job of gleaning people. So they are the ones who have to go and kill someone when it's their time. Scythes can choose any kind of way they want to glean someone. Like, they could poison them, they could just go up and like stab them, have them be killed in like a car accident kind of thing. They can do anything they want, but they can also have a chance to go and talk to the person and say, hey, you have this much time left, you know, get it together, and then you're gonna have to say your goodbyes. They basically have this chance to just do whatever they want. Citra and Rowan, two like normal 16-year-old, they're discovered by Scythe Faraday, who's a very famous scythe for his time. They are taken under as his like apprentices. Even though they're both trained under him, they are competing with other people to get one ring to become a scythe. They're given this chance to be a scythe. Their family will never be gleaned. And this opportunity means a lot to them because they don't want their families to die, obviously. So if they can become scythes, they don't have to worry about their families being killed. Scythe Faraday sees a lot of potential in both of them because he can see them being scythes that are both moral and ethical in the way they glean people. And that's like a huge thing because they want scythes who are going to be compassionate but also doing their job. Like people, they don't want the population to get out of control. They have to kill like a certain amount of people by the end of the year. After a tragic event occurs, Citra and Rowan have to be separated and trained under different scythes. So Scythe Kyrie, I think that's how you say her name, I say it like that. Scythe Kyrie is training Citra. Scythe Goddard is training Rowan. Scythe Goddard is big in mass gleanings. Like he will just go and just kill a ton of people at once, kind of just like how shootings go in our world today. So I love this book. I love the dystopian world. I love that it was so different. Like I don't think I've ever read anything like this where, you know, people have beaten death but they still have to be killed. It was just really unique to me. It felt really like quirky with some of the names and some of the terms that were used in the book. I felt like the world was really well built. It was really fleshed out. I got a good sense of the characters and how things had changed over time and how they got to this point in this world. I love the scythes, Curie and Faraday, and then like you really really hate Scythe Goddard. Like, he's just a horrible human being. They all differ from one another in how they do their methods and just how they act. I think the one thing I didn't really like about this book was the relationship between Rowan and Citra. I felt very forced. I didn't see the relationship develop in a way that they defend each other or like be compassionate toward one another. It just kind of felt really, really forced, and I felt like they didn't know each other well enough to care about each other in that way. Like, they just kind of met, and then all of a sudden they were like, oh, I'm gonna defend you and I'll fight for you no matter what and all this stuff. And then that was just the one thing that's like probably why I gave it 4 stars. I didn't like their relationship at all, and it just felt really forced and kind of tense and just weird to me. I don't know. Overall, I love this book. I love the world. I loved how unique the story was, and the gleaning thing. Like, it was just felt really dark to me, and it kind of reminded me of like a video game for some reason, and just how like they competed and how they were trained and things like that. It was just so good, and I loved Thunderhead as well, but I'm not going to tell you guys what that one's about. But Thunderhead ended crazily, and I just need that 3rd book. Like, I'm so excited for the next one to come out. Oh, so excited. Alright, moving on. One of my other favorite books this year was The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. I'd seen a lot of people talking about this before, and I was really interested in it because I saw that it had like LGBT themes in it, and it was sci-fi. It's like, you know, space. I just love space so much. And so I like finally picked it up and read it, and while it's not like this most like action-packed, like high energy sci-fi, like people shooting, you know, it's a little more mellow, and I actually really loved that about it because I really liked all the different characters and like their relationships with one another. It follows Rosemary Harper, who joins the crew of the Wayfarer, which is a tunneling ship. They create like tunnels to like to get to other like systems, I think that's what it was. It's been a while since I read it. And she's excited because she finally gets a chance to like leave her home and explore new galaxies and things like that. And really, like, it's really just about these characters doing this one big mission towards the end. But you get to really know the characters and how they act towards one another, and like little things happen throughout. But there's a character named Sizzix who's like a type of alien species. There's just a lot of aliens in this book. I love that they had unique aliens, they had unique characteristics and like terms that apply to this world. The romance in the book was also super cute. It was very subtle, very soft, gave me like warm and fuzzy feelings. And really it just focuses on these characters going on one big long mission to make a new tunnel to another place that hasn't been made before, and it's supposed to be like super dangerous. And really that's like pretty much the premise. It's not like Mass Effect like I was kind of expecting, but it was a nice, subtle, lovely sci-fi book. One of my other favorite books this year was A Storm of Swords by George R.R. Martin, the 3rd book in the Game of Thrones series. And I'm not going to explain Game of Thrones because this video is already kind of long, I feel like, because I'm like rambling. But A Storm of Swords just like every book I've given 5 out of 5 stars, but they just get better and better. Like, as they get worse and worse, you know, as everything that happens is really terrible, but the writing is pretty good. Like, I love his writing. I mean, he obviously rambles too much, you know, and he talks about things that sometimes aren't that important, but I love the characters. I can visualize literally everything in that book without even needing to like see the show. I mean, I've used those characters now that I know them. I'll probably be reading the 4th one this year. One of my other favorite books was Obsidio by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. That's the 3rd and final book in the Illuminae files. They're written using like data files, video footage, things like that. And it starts off in Illuminae that a colony's been like taken over, like attacked, and these people are on this like ship, and then like one ship's coming towards them. They're to like kill them all. But then while that's happening, there's people on board that are like trying to take over. It's just, there's so much that happens in Illuminae and Gemina and Obsidio, and then everything that happens in those just kind of collides with Obsidio, and it's just so good, you guys. If you don't read sci-fi, like, you need to read Illuminae, because I've never read a better sci-fi story than that. Like, ugh. Just thinking about it, I like need to reread them. They're so good. But Obsidio was a top book. Like, I gave that 5 out of 5 stars for sure. You feel so much, you feel so deeply for these characters and like what's happening, and it's scary, it's intense, and the pages are so beautiful. This is beautiful. And then see, it's like written, like, it's just so nice. And they have like all these like messages, and then there's like artwork, like, it's so good, y'all. Like, this book is so beautiful. And I honestly kind of want to just reread it all. But Obsidio was definitely a top book of 2018. One of my other favorite books this year was Renegades, which I have like a review for that, so I'm not going to go through and discuss that. But Renegades follows a new band of like superheroes and the villains. One girl named Nova is hiding out as a superhero, but she's actually a villain. and it's just really good. I love the characters, I love the concept. I'm not big on superhero books. That one was really exciting to me. There's like a lot that happens, but I have a review for that one. Go check it out because it doesn't really get many views, but I don't know. I need to review more books for sure. But Renegades is good, and I still need to reach Arch Nemesis, I think is what it is. So I'm not discussing all of these books as much as I did like Scythe and whatever, because I don't want this video to be 100 years long. One of my other favorites was The Evolution of Claire by Tess Sharp. Go check out my review for The Evolution of Claire, and I was really proud of that review. The Evolution of Claire follows Claire Deering from Jurassic World, which is like one of my favorite movies, and she is finishing her first year of college, and she gets an internship at the Bright Minds program, which are the people who like build Jurassic World, like the ones who got it started and everything under Simon Masrani. You get to meet all the new characters in this book, figure out their personalities, how they've become who they are in Jurassic World, how she's become who she is in Jurassic World. It's beautiful, it's fun, it's a lot darker than I anticipated. The next two books that I am literally obsessed with are Nevernight and God's Grave by J. Kristoff that I finally read this year. Shout out to Clara from Clara Reads Books because that's where I discovered my love for Nevernight and God's Grave. Those books follow Mia Corvier. Mia's goal has been to avenge her family ever since she was little. She gets into this school called like the Red Church where she's being trained as an assassin, is competing with a bunch of other assassins to become like an actual like assassin so she can like work as an assassin. I just said assassin so many times. More of a, I think, adult novel than young adult, I want to say. Romance is very, you know, detailed sometimes, but it's very good, very dark, very fun. It's like Hogwarts, but for assassins. His writing is a little different than what I like was used to. You get adjusted to it really fast, and it's beautiful, and like it's so captivating that you don't want to ever put the book down. I actually got the UK editions from Book Depository for Christmas for my sister, so I'm very excited to reread those because they are stunning. Those are really like my favorite books of this year. I took out some because some of them I'm like, I don't really think I'm going to discuss these, but because my list was like pretty long. So yeah, I read a lot of really good books this year, a lot of not so great books. Obviously I didn't finish my Goodreads reading challenge, but that's okay. So you guys should let me know down below what your favorite books were of 2018 because there's been a lot of good ones that have come out, and I feel like I'm super behind because I'm reading books that are from years in the past, but that's okay. I have all of this year to try to catch up. It won't happen. It's fine. Alright guys, that's all I have for today. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a nice little thumbs up. If you want to keep following me on this booktube journey, you can subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Erica A. Gobble. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you soon with another video. Bye!